Welcome, everyone. I'd like to first start by thanking all of you guys personally for your early on support in the Rise Statistics app. We are going to do great things with this app, and I'm very happy to be able to give back to the community finally. So, thank you for believing in that and believing in Rise for the early access. Now, I will be using this video as an introduction and a little showcase of what you can expect in the future, as well as also showing the aspects of the Rise WAP Hub and how to navigate through the platform and the available statistics that we'll be sharing. We'll first start on the WAP Hub, which you can see from the website above, and we'll navigate to our Rise community. You'll now see these three new sections that have been unlocked for you guys to see. The tutorial section, where you'll find this specific video. The statistical probabilities section, well, you'll find all the links to the document regarding these statistical probabilities until the app has been released and everything is moved to there. And you'll also find the suggestion box. Anything you would like to see first in terms of priority, or maybe you'd like to see statistics on other assets than just ES and NQ. I will refer always to these suggestions shown in the suggestion box through WAP to plan out future statistical projects. So if you have anything you'd like to see specifically, make sure to make a suggestion here that everyone can see and vote on. Next, you'll have the tutorials. Well, you'll have explanatory videos about how to utilize the specific documents within the statistical probability section, as you'll see from this specific example. You also have the Discord area, which is to claim your private role and gain access to the member area, where I'll be posting updates along the development of the app to get you guys in the loop. If we head over to the statistical probabilities area and we click on our daily bias link, which will be available now right after this video has been posted, you'll find a direct link to a Notion document filled with databases, which is where you'll gain access to the specific data analysis that we have gone through. For this first statistical analysis, we'll be looking over the daily bias, more specifically the data brought by T-Trades Education, specific logic that can also be found in the showcase of TFO's TradingView indicator. You'll find all of these specifics linked in the document so that you can access them if you are unfamiliar with the logic. If we head down towards the page, you'll find four specific databases. We have NQ and ES with two specific parameters for each. We are looking at daily bias, so we define the day based on the New York day from midnight to midnight, or the standard chart day on CME, which is at 6 p.m. open all the way to the 5 p.m. close. You'll see the data for all of these combined. You'll also find the date range with the oldest and most recent date alongside a little property to know when it was last updated based on what dates. You can find also the count of total entries in the database alongside with a little summary of the success rate throughout this whole database. Now, if you go even lower, you will find the complete databases with all of the data entries specifically. And this is where you can truly play around with the settings. Right now, there is absolutely no filter on there, but through Notion's databases options, you can head over to the top right of any database and mess around with the filter options. If I head over to the database with ES Standard Trading Day, you'll see that I can add custom filters using this tool. If I add a filter regarding bias and decide to only include days that had a clear previous day high or previous day low bias, because if we scroll down for a second, you'll see the specific parameters used to collect the data and that no bias days are counted as unsuccessful in result. You can see that at the bottom of the screen here, the result for the success rate will automatically adjust as well as the count and the date range. Talking about that specific date range, we can also add another filter with the date. And yes, at the moment it is in French, but you can say is relative to what And for example, if I say the last, this is translation, years, and I decide to look at the data from the last 5 years, my script will automatically adjust to only showcase the data from the last 5 years, taking into account all the multiple filters we have and adjusting the result right here. This is how I can, for example, utilize these databases to understand that previous day high biases have a 75% win rate, 74.2 to be precise, and previous day lows have a 66.9% win rate. So understand that previous day high as a bias has a higher success rate than previous day low. You can also look at the reason, which is all based on T-Trade's education logic. This will be used when you're specifically looking at either previous day high or previous day low as a bias, and then looking at the reason and saying, I want to know when my bias was previous day high because we closed above previous day high. And now I understand that this specific logic in the last 5 years has had an 80% win rate in terms of understanding the daily bias. This is how you can utilize these advanced filters and add multiple different conditions to gain deeper insight into this large database that is comprised of over 3,000 or even 4,000 entries, close to 4,000 entries. This is only the first of many statistical databases that will be shared here throughout the next weeks, and you will all find them within the statistical probabilities part of the Rice Trading Hub on WAP. You will find multiple other tutorials also. Anytime that we have a new statistical database that will be shared, I will showcase, like I have done now, the best way to utilize it and how to come to insights about that. For those of you that reached the end of this video, even though it was a quite short tutorial, I do want to state that there are no constraints as to sharing of these statistical probabilities. That has been done on purpose. I will never gatekeep this logic because it will always be open to all. Although you do have to pay, and there will be a subscription for any future users to gain access to the organization and the specific insights to this data, along with future statistical models that will all be shared through this subscription, you will always be free to share them, so make sure to post them and a little tag to showcase the product that you utilized to get these statistical probabilities will always be enjoyed but never required. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the product that I am slowly releasing for you guys, and make sure to send a bunch of suggestions for what you want to see in the future.